Hello, hello, I'm Zayne of the Psychonics, and today we are going to be going through Zayne's Master of Fate myth, Snow's Embrace. I love this myth. As someone who really enjoys mythological and fantasy themes, but also especially does love the Shinsha genre, I'm so sorry for my pronunciation. I feel terrible about the fact that I cannot say the word correctly, and I don't have anyone to fact check me right now, so I'm going with Xiansha for now. And I will correct this later if I'm wrong. He plays the role of Saming, and it's specifically in the explainer they go for Da Saming, so like a greater Saming. It's a Xiansha myth, so it takes place in this kind of like fantasy, like Chinese fantasy aspect, which takes influences from like different Chinese like cultures and religions and philosophies, and I think it's a really fun genre. I'm not like crazy educated on it, and I just enjoy really watching it and slowly learning a bit more and more about Chinese culture, as well as just like, you know, how that fantasy landscape works. And it heavily tends to focus on the idea of cultivation, and that's what a lot of Snow's Embrace is. MC is a cultivator learning under her Shifu, who is an immortal, and it's about, you know, immortal x mortal romance. It's teacher, master, and like disciple student. It's just there's so much, and then there's also this like undercurrent tragedy sitting between the two of them, and it's just so good. It's so good. I love this myth. I love this myth. I love it. I love it. I love it. I haven't done like a proper sit down full body playthrough in a while, so I'm really excited to do this now. I also think Silent Frost, the track that's playing in the background, is another one of my favorite complete tracks in the entire game. Like, you've got these modern aspects married with Chinese instruments, and it's just like, oh, it's just so good. Okay, without further ado, let's go into Snow's Embrace. The description says, the Dan River flows south into the sea, and a nameless mountain stands 370 li away. Peculiar trees and precious jade can be found there. However, those who travel through this area all lost their track. Some say a god dwells within the mountain, so one should not venture recklessly. So, someone did actually provide some extra context as to why the body of this text is so big, and I think it's written in more ancient or traditional Chinese, and so to try and encompass all of the things that the language was trying to translate, they had to just say way more compared to what they usually do, which, you know what, I love it. If it's also paying more respect and credence to their own cultures, I really respect that aspect. And I think especially because this is Chinese mythology, and this is someone who is a deified figure, and he's even referred to as a god, not only within the myth itself, but also within the myth event, there's just that extra level of respect, and I hope that they employ that similar level of consideration for all other inspiration-based myths going forward. But I love this myth. I love everything about it. I'm so excited to go through it again, and I feel like it's really gonna hit me like a freaking punch in the gut because it's just so good. I have actually had Master of Fate nails before, and I loved them. They were one of my favorite sets. This music hurts so bad. It's so beautiful, and I love this visual. I love this visual so much. I want more. I want them to do more Shinsha. I want more just Chinese mythology. Give me more of it. I want a Master of Fate sequel so freaking bad. It's not even funny. Like, give me another Shinsha Master of Fate sequel. Just give it to me. And I know in my speculation video I touched on how, like, potentially there's aspects of God of Annihilation that could marry into what happens after this myth, but we don't know. I don't know. I haven't touched God of Annihilation yet. I have no idea what's going on there. But oh, this music. Oh, I love Snow's Embrace. I feel Snow's Embrace has a very... I know I'm saying a lot beforehand, but it has a very special place in my heart. As someone who has experience, like, I've literally played every bit of content in the game. The reason Snow's Embrace sits just a little bit differently to me is because there is a respect and propriety and just this gentleness that I think is so unique to this myth. I don't feel like just all of the facets that come in together for this myth specifically fit in any other dynamic in the game. Like, there's obviously gentle moments, there's soft moments, there's respectability and propriety, but there's not what's happening here. And I think it only works because of the infrastructure of this myth, overlaid obviously with the cultural context and everything. So, oh, I love this myth so bad. Okay, so anyway, ignore the 6. I obviously haven't touched this in a while. We're going straight into it. Dan River flows south into the sea, and a nameless mountain stands 370 li away. Peculiar trees and precious jade can be found there. However, those who once stepped into this area all lost their track. Some say a god dwells within the mountain, so one should not venture recklessly. It's said the god wields the power of yin and yang, governing life and death. He is the master of fate. The Classic of Peaks, Southern Mountain Volume. Also, I think it's quite important to obviously note there's mentions of jade, and there's obviously mentions of yin and yang. They are very much centering this in like an ancient China, or like this is very centered in China. Like this is grounded. It's not like some made up extra world or something. Okay. Like a veil falling from the heavens above, fog materializes in the forest at dawn. With a basket of fruits, I walk down a stone path. Bamboo leaves rustle in the wind. I sense something amiss. I leap up, and instantly, several ice spikes pierce the spot where I once stood. This has to be a joke. Zayne, you... As falling bamboo leaves transform into flying blades, I close my eyes and rely on my intuition to sense where the attacks are coming from. There. I grab a leaf and hurl it back. Then, after a few clinks, I open my eyes. A tall, flowering tree stands before me, its trunk radiating iridescent light. The tiny white flowers that cover it form a cloud-like array, seemingly endless. With every blossoming flower, there is life. With every wilting flower, there is death. This tree has stood here for eons, documenting the mortal world's cycle of life and death. Beneath the tree's branches, a tall figure picks up the leaf I threw. It's Zayne, his demeanor elegant and serene. Oh, I just love how it starts. It's just like a training moment, and it's her with her shifu, and then the establishment of the tree. Oh, God.
You broke through the trap more quickly compared to before, yet it can barely be considered satisfactory.
Sorry. Couldn't you have shown some mercy? If I tripped, I would have been pierced like a lotus root.
If even a simple trap has you struggling to defend yourself.
He sits behind a long table and pours himself a cup of tea.
Either my teachings are of no use to you, in which case you should leave the mountain and seek guidance elsewhere. Or what you've said about wanting to stay here and learn is just a lie.
That's not true. I've gotten better at controlling my power, and my senses have become sharper. All thanks to your discipline and guidance, Shifu. So Shifu means master. I've known Zayne for quite some time now, but he has never responded to me calling him Shifu. I don't bother with deciding if it's rejection or silent acceptance. I lean on the table and offer him a bright red fruit. You must have prepared the surprise trap since dawn. You still haven't eaten, yes? Here.
This is unnecessary.
I toss the fruit into my mouth. Some time passes, and Zayne looks up from his scroll. Am I disturbing you?
I wanted to see what color your sleeve would be.
I'm not used to wearing such flowy clothes. I lift my red-stained sleeve, but it's so long that it knocks over a cup of tea. I quickly reach out to catch it. Ah! It's so hot! Touching my earlobe, I hastily place the cup back on the table. She's such a god.
Give me your hand.
I love their dynamic. Their dynamic, literally. I just love it. I love the whole like stoic, mature, immortal elder dude, and like the young, vibrant, bubbly girl. Like I just love it. I love it. It reminds me so much of again, sorry for my pronunciation, Donghua Dijun and Bai Fengzhou in Eternal Love, the Pillow Book, but also the aspects, especially of Zayne, of Yihua in Eternal Love, 10 Miles of Peach Blossom. And just that stoic nature of like this ancient immortal who just takes everything upon himself. But I feel like Zayne specifically gives a bit more Donghua. And MC's antics feel more like Bai Fengzhou because she's so like bright, bubbly. She's very strong and fierce, but she's also, when it comes to him, she's just so pure and sweet and like clumsy, and just her innocence is very sweet. A cool breeze blows past me. I look again, and the hand Zayne holds isn't red anymore. Maybe I should get going now. Isn't this where you comfort me or try to convince me to stay?
You're finally taking the time to self-reflect. Why should I stop you?
And of course, the classic Zayne dry wit, which is there all the time, is ever present. I'm about to retort when a lamb-like creature with one horn crawls out from under Zayne's sleeve. It yawns lazily. It's like in under his sleeve. That's so cute. It's a little visor who accompanied him for many years. He's the one who shouldn't be here. Come here, Bai.
His name is not Bai.
He'll always be Bai to me. Bai refuses to leave Zayne's arms, so I pick him up. Which is interesting, because they don't actually say what his name is. He's so dirty. I'll take him to the stream for a bath. And we know from Death and Rebirth, the Bais are meant to be like the ones who see all things all between heaven and earth, or all from heaven to earth. Once we're far enough away, I set Bai on the ground and grab his little horn. He hasn't praised me once. Meanwhile, you get to sleep soundly in his arms. She's jealous of the visor. Bai lets out a loud bleat and gives me an unhappy look. I try to figure out what he's saying, and think if it weren't for me, would you and Zayne have met? How many years have passed? For as long as I can remember, I lived alone in the mountains, aside from Hua, a leopard, and the raccoons named Hua 1, Hua 2, and Hua 3, and more. I had no other friends. Life in the mountains was so peaceful to the point where it was boring. I decided then to befriend another companion. So, taking my bow and arrow, I rode on horseback through the mountain to try my luck, and unexpectedly, I found a tiny visor by a rock. Visor is a mythical creature, renowned yet rarely seen. It understands the feelings of all things, and knows the affairs of ghosts and gods. But this one seemed to have injured its leg. I had some medicine on me, but the visor was wary. As soon as it saw me approaching, it bolted faster than Hua ever could. Hua and I chased after it, unknowingly venturing into an area we shouldn't have. So she's the one who ventures recklessly into the mountain. When I come to my senses, the mountain's forest, warmed by the sun itself, is covered in a blanket of snow. The visor I was following has long since disappeared. What is happening? I jump off Hua's back and look up. The sun is just a faint white silhouette. Ice and snow pile up on the tree branches and emit a cold, dim light. I'll get lost if I keep walking. I need to leave behind a trail of markers. Infusing my power into an arrow, I shoot it to a nearby tree. The arrow cuts through the air, yet a cold gust suddenly appears. I hear a faint jingle from the forest, and the silence is broken. A hand catches the arrow I just shot, ice forming around the arrowhead. Looking up from my hand, I stare into a cold, calm gaze.
Who are you?
I just love how whenever they meet, they're always in some kind of like... I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like whenever Raphael meets MC, for some reason, they're just like beefing. They're just like, I don't know, the way they meet is always kind of like in a similar precedent. As for Zayne MC, they're kind of not necessarily always starting off on the the best terms. The visor peeks out from under his robe, sticks out his tongue at me. I'm sorry, I didn't know it had a master. The man walks out of the forest, exuding a bitter cold air. Quiet, he just looks at the arrow in his hand. Looking at the visor's injured leg, then at my arrow, and his cold expression, I realize something. I can explain. While I did shoot the arrow, I wasn't hunting. Your little visor was injured, and I happen to have medicine.
Did you infuse your power into this arrow?
You can sense it. His expression remains cold, but the ice on the arrowhead gradually disappears.
Do not visit this place again.
The man throws the arrow back into my quiver and walks toward the fathomless snow without looking back. He can sense my powers, but he doesn't regard me as a monster like the people living at the foot of the mountain. God, his outfit is just so everything. I love Master of Fate so much. I can't help but chase after him. Wait, can I ask you a question? Are you also like me? Someone with special powers?
If you continue down this path, you'll be able to leave the mountain.
I stop walking. I watch as he moves further and further away. Determined, I follow him. Real. Who said I was planning to leave? Despite only taking a few more steps, it feels as if I walked through a transparent veil. In the middle of the forest stands an incredibly tall, flowering tree. Its crown is adorned with a sea of blossoms, resembling a snowy landscape. It shines brilliantly under the sun. I also have to say that the dynamics of the tree also reminds me of the tree in Love Between Fairy and Devil. I think that was also a fate tree, and everyone's fates and lives were kind of inscribed on leaves instead of flowers as they are in this situation. But I think that was also another simming dynamic. I'll have to cross check. What a beautiful tree. Surprised, I look around only to see emotions ripple across his deep, pool-like eyes.
You can see it?
Of course. There are even small flowers blooming on it. Can't you see them? Remembering the sudden blizzard and how the visor was by his side, I start to suspect something. I see. The ancient texts regard this as a nameless mountain, where a god hides within it. One should not venture recklessly. You're the god who's hiding here. Am I mistaken?
How are you certain I'm a god, and not an evil mountain spirit who eats people?
You're way too beautiful. You can also eat me, it's fine. I'm still here and not in the process of being devoured, so you can't be that hungry. I love her. I love this dialogue. He's already done. If you truly are a god, may I ask for a favor? Expressionless, he quietly walks over to a table under the tree and pours 2 cups of tea.
You can ask, but I may be unable to fulfill your request.
Also, it's saying he's hiding. Well, she's saying he's hiding, but he could just be, this is just where he remains. Are you sure? I wanted to ask if you could take away my power. As I speak, I sit down across from him. He pushes one of the cups to me. I don't want to constantly be on the run or alone in the mountains. It's so boring.
Why are you on the run?
When I sensed the earthen long about to free itself, I ran to the town to warn everyone. In the end, a lot of people died. Some visited the mountains to capture me, saying I was the harbinger of disaster and a monster. It seems everyone is afraid of me. He lifts his hand, his fingertips lightly touching my forehead. A subtle chill spreads throughout my body. What are you doing?
You are not a monster. But you're not an ordinary person either. The spiritual power you possess is ordained by fate. I have no right to take it away.
Big fat F word again. Can you tell me how to control it then? I always sense things that I don't want to sense. It's very annoying. Can I take your silence as a yes? I won't learn from you for free. I can provide medicine to your visor in return. 3, 2... My mouth is suddenly tightly closed like a clam. I look at him in disbelief as he nonchalantly withdraws his hand. I love the mirroring to Forcia here.
Has anyone ever told you that you're a little noisy? I suppose the answer is no.
The dynamic is so good. This was my first encounter with Zayne. A meeting that could hardly be considered pleasant. But he took her in nonetheless. He was very impolite back then, don't you think? My thoughts returned to the present. I watch Bai playing in the stream as I talk. But he's still not being very kind. After that day, Zayne allowed me to stay here and taught me how to control my spiritual power. And it's been years. That's the precedent they just set. She's been studying under him for years, so they've had years together. However, I have yet to truly understand him, even after we spent a lot of time together. Oh, isn't your kind supposed to know everything? Do you know what Zayne is thinking about? Or what he likes? What does he want? I did say I wouldn't learn from him for free. I have to repay him somehow. Otherwise, it won't sit well with me. Why are you staring at me like that? She asked what he likes. And the Baizer is looking at her. I also wonder if the Baizer can, like, tell from previous lives and stuff. If they've had. We don't know. I don't know if this is, like, their origin or not. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think Master of Fate is one of his higher incarnations, but I don't think it's Zayne's origin with MC. But it could be. It could be. It does fulfill a precedent I had where I was like, I feel like Zayne's origin would be more Chinese. If it's going to be some crazy cosmic thing, or it's going to be Chinese or just mixed. Everything's, to be honest, everything has like Chinese philosophy and stuff like that mixed into it. But like, I don't know. I just really feel like it would be, I don't know. It's either Master of Fate or it's going to be something else that's like adjacent. Why are you staring at me like that? I'm puzzled by Bai's gaze. I look behind me and see a blooming tree not far away. Ah, yes. He always cherishes that tree. Maybe I should take care of it for him. She thinks it's the tree, but it's her. There seems to be a spiritual vein in this mountain. While taking care of the tree, I find a viper egg under its roots. It said a viper can protect all plants and trees. I kept the egg with me and let Hua incubate it. But when the egg hatched, the little viper slithered out and bit my finger. Ouch! You're so aggressive! The newborn viper coils around my finger, and for some reason, it refuses to let go. It falls to the ground only to suddenly grow 10 zhang long. In a frenzy, it opens its huge maw. This is bad. I quickly rushed to the front of the sacred tree. Remembering Zayne's lessons, I set up a barrier. When the tree canopy is completely covered, I turn my attention back to the approaching viper. You're bold, but I didn't suffer through all that training for nothing. Using my power is as effortless as moving my fingers now. Even in a fight, I can spare some energy to send away the birds and animals that haven't already fled. I quickly strike the viper's vital points, but before I can celebrate, I see Hua running out. Hua! The viper's tail is about to slam down on him, but I won't make it in time.
Step back.
All of a sudden, ice freezes the viper. White fills my vision, and I'm enveloped in a refreshing yet cold breath. At the sound of something shattering, I peek out from behind the sleeve that covers my eyes. The viper has turned into dust.
What happened?
I look at Zayne's profile. I found a viper egg, and wanted it to help protect the tree once it hatched. But something was wrong as soon as it came out of the egg. Hua loudly sneezes, sniffs the ground, and walks over to nuzzle my hand. Hua hatched the egg. She might have been upset. It's okay. I protected the sacred tree and the surrounding. I look back under the tree. The table where Zayne often sits is overturned along with the chairs. Countless bamboo slips are scattered on the ground. Oh. I'm sorry. I'll clean it up. I know very well how important these bamboo slips are to Zayne. My confidence turns into unease.
Are you hurt?
I had my finger. No.
Rest. I'll take care of everything else here.
But it's my fault this happened. I should do something at least. It's not like I have anything else to do.
Hua follows you because of your power. It's also why the Viper went mad earlier. The same beginning can yield different outcomes. It has nothing to do with you. Instead of blaming yourself, you should tend to your injured finger.
Immediately he knew and caught her. But also, his concern is her. He doesn't care about all these other frivolities. Or just, like, he doesn't care about all these other inconsequential things. I can't hide anything from Zayne. Without much of a choice, I sigh and leave. At this point, even if I can't help him, I'm already grateful he didn't misunderstand me. After a while, the mountain has returned to its usual tranquility. I stay still on the daybed, listening to the faint jingling of bells on the curtain and the rustling outside. Don't worry, Bye. I'll feel better soon. There's a moment of silence, but not long after, the bells jingle again. Something taps me. I swear I'm fine. Leave me alone. The noise pauses for a moment. Then something taps me again. I shut my eyes in resignation.
What happened? Your spiritual power is strong. Since you're not injured, are you unable to sleep well? Come.
He's so gentle with her. But I still want to sleep.
You plan to dawdle in bed? Would you like me to leave you alone? All right then. What a troublemaker. Don't move. Your hair got tangled around my wrist. Your hair acts just like you. It appears soft, but it's actually difficult to unravel.
Look at his blush, his ears. No.
Now that you're up and about, help me clean up the mess. I'll wait for you under the tree.
I just love how sweet and cute everything is. And we're gonna replay the Kindle and just like look at what the alternate sequences look like. Obviously I've done them before, but I just love it.
Come.
So we're not gonna grab his hand.
Don't sulk. The sacred tree is unharmed. I'm not blaming you either.
And him just taking her hand is so...
You plan to dawdle in bed? Would you like me to leave you alone? All right then.
Okay, we're not gonna pull him in. Oh!
You'll get hurt if you let go so abruptly.
Kind of like that dynamic. It's because of you that...
All right, it's my fault. I shouldn't argue with someone who's sulking. However, didn't you say you were going to help me earlier? But now you're hiding and sleeping. I see. Now that you're up and about, help me clean up the mess. I'll wait for you under the tree.
I don't know how to explain it. This entire myth is just so graceful and sweet and cute. The sun is warm, and the area under the tree has returned to normal. Zayne sits in front of a mountain of bamboo slips, flipping them open with one hand and placing them on the long table with the other. A click startles me. Do we have to copy all of these again?
The Viper didn't destroy anything. It knocked over a large number of bamboo slips, which smudged the words. Normally it wouldn't matter, but I must head down the mountain next month. I need to bring these with me. If only someone could copy them with me.
He nonchalantly looks over.
I'm certain that person is clever and skilled, since they could assist me with this daunting task.
He's so good at getting her to do what he wants. Fine. Today's weather is perfect for copying and practicing calligraphy. I grit my teeth and sit behind the long table, but as soon as I unroll the scroll, I start to feel dizzy. One in the direction of Shun at the Renzi hour of the Ji Mao day? Are these Bazi?
Don't think about it. Just copy it.
As I sit beside Zayne and pick up a brush, a white flower falls next to my hand. I wonder what those words actually mean together. I wonder if that's something that I can find out. I think that original Chinese probably be easier to actually decrypt and understand, but obviously, sadly, I don't speak Chinese, so let alone more ancient Chinese, so I can't. Pretty useless here, I apologize. Zayne, you said each flower represents a life. So is there one that belongs to you on this tree?
It belongs to me, but it's not me.
What do you mean? Which flower are you talking about? I scoot closer to him, ready to hear a story, but I end up being lightly smacked on the head by a bamboo slip.
Don't make excuses just so you can slack off. Focus.
Belongs to him, but it's not him. Could that be an incarnation, or related to her current incarnation? You hit me! I can't copy anything now. Holding my head, I pretend to be in pain and aggrieved.
What do you want?
Ugh. My head hurts. I might have to sleep for 3 days and 3 nights. Despite my words, and I was joking, sits at the tip of my tongue.
Is it here?
His slightly cool hand covers my forehead. I freeze, blinking at him.
Didn't you say your head hurt? Why does it seem as if your eyes are the problem?
It's dry humor, meanwhile she's like doe-eyed. No, my head doesn't hurt anymore.
Then keep going. It's this scroll as well as this one. I'll also need your help with these.
Wait, I think my head still hurts a little, so... Just as I'm about to escape, an invisible force pulls me back to the long table.
Stop playing around.
With no other options, I continue copying the text, listening to the sound of writing next to me. My eyes start to droop. A chill touches the nape of my neck, instantly waking me up. As I turn my head, I see Zayne returning to his seat, remnants of frost still visible on his fingertips.
Don't thank me.
He's still Zayne, all right. He's not compassionate in the slightest. I just love that dynamic. There's so much peace. After a while, the girl falls asleep at the table. Thud. Her brush rolls off the table's edge and leaves a mark on her face. His smile. Look at his little smile. Zayne reaches out and wipes her face. The mark disappears. A white blooming flower lands on her brow. The smile in Zayne's eyes fades.
Time flies in the mountains. Already it's been so long. It's time.
Oh, I hate how daunting this entire freaking thing is. Oh, it's so painful. During the first month of spring, Zayne would head down the mountain for a few days. Vi and I would be left alone. But this year, in an unprecedented move, he invited me to accompany him. This is also interesting because they've not like known each other only for like maybe a few weeks as they did in Forcia. In this situation, they've actually known each other for years. The bustling streets are filled with people who are busy going about their day. Maybe it's because of the ritual. Hiding in his shadow, I stiffly walk behind Zayne.
Did you forget how to walk since we are not in the mountain?
It's too loud. I'm not used to it.
I thought you had grown accustomed to noise like this.
Understanding what he's implying, I glare at him right when he turns his head. He's caught me red-handed. They're literally so... They're so funny. I just can't...
They aren't savage beasts. They won't think of you as a monster either. You can be at ease.
You don't know how terrible they were back then. The saying the human heart is unpredictable is true.
Weren't you scared when you were alone in the mountains?
I wasn't. Hua and the others were with me. Besides, I met you and Bai.
Am I the same as Hua and Bai?
Well, you're... of course not. Zayne's conversations with me are typically short, but today he asks another question.
How so?
For example, caught off guard by his question, I look around and spot a nearby stall. Quickly, I pick up a bracelet and shove it into his hand. For example, I want to buy you a gift. Well, and buy won't get one.
Oh?
He's really trying to be like... She doesn't know how to convey her feelings. This is so funny because she's so inexperienced. She's so clueless of the ways of the world. But also it's because of how her life has been set up. It's really cute just how innocent she is compared to like how worldly and knowledgeable he is, because he obviously has to be a very wise character. His character in this is default very wise. Is there anything else you like? I'll buy it for you.
I'll take this then.
I breathe a sigh of relief, feeling slightly happy. It's my first time giving a gift to someone, and that person happens to be Zayne. However, when I pull out a stick to give to the merchant, he rejects it. Look, it's a precious branch from a sacred tree. It glows and prevents you from getting lost if you carry it around.
I only accept coins, no branches.
What about this? This is agate. It's not jade, but it's butte.
I don't accept stones either.
Not wanting to step in, Zayne watches me. I sheepishly laugh and tug his sleeve. This is so funny. She's like, could you maybe help me out first?
Do you expect me to pay for my own gift?
I've been living in the mountains for so long that I forgot money exists. I promise I'll pay you back as soon as we get home.
How will you repay me?
With coins? Of course. Or do you want something else?
Take a guess. I'll tell you when we return home.
Zayne reaches into his sleeve, then he freezes. Did he also forget money? He did, right? Yes. I remember now. You didn't bring any coins either? This myth is so funny and stupid. I love him so bad. I also feel like the second generation myth chapters are very short. Okay, part 6. Street Pavilion.
You will receive an invitation tomorrow at noon. Don't accept it, or else misfortune will befall you. Congratulations, you two. Your son will be married next month.
He's so fucking stupid. What is this voice?
There's no need to worry. The rumored ghost in the southeast region is just a fallen tree blocking the road. It is not a malevolent spirit.
We set up a fortune telling stall half an hour ago on the side of the street. Zayne sits behind it and reads people's fortunes. In no time, a long line forms as people want to get their fortunes read. The voice is still killing me.
Is this enough?
After thanking him profusely, the last customer, an elderly woman, leaves. I happily hand Zayne a bag filled to the brim with coins. It is. We can buy a whole stall with this. I still can't believe you actually came down the mountain without bringing money. I thought you knew some kind of transmutation spell to turn stone into gold.
The gold would eventually return to being stone. When that happens, the merchant won't be able to ask for help.
That's true. But why did you cast an illusion on us? We don't see each other any differently, yet in the eyes of everyone else, Zayne looks like an old, white-haired mage, while I'm a young girl with 2 buns in my hair.
People often believe the older someone is, the more credible they are.
Well, you are older yet from this.
This applies to physicians as well as mages.
That's weird. Being young doesn't mean you don't have experience, and being old doesn't mean you can't make mistakes. Since no one is paying attention to us, I dispel the illusion to reveal my true appearance and sit down next to Zayne. Can you read my fortune, sir?
What are you planning this time?
Shh, just pretend to read my fortune. I'll put in a few good words for you. You'll get more customers this way. There's a stall that sells sugar paintings on the street corner. I was thinking...
You're a glutton.
Grinning ear to ear as I look at him, I prop up my chin in my hand. I notice you can tell someone's fortune with just a glance. You don't ask a lot of questions. From what I've seen before, fortune tellers draw, cast spells, or count.
At its core, it's about being able to read a person's expression. Other methods aren't necessary for me.
But wouldn't that make you less intimidating? Why don't you try to put on a show? Zayne sighs. He pauses for a moment and then turns to me.
Other than reading someone's expressions, you can also read palms. Since you're curious, I'll look at yours. Give me your hand. What do you want to know?
We will do all three, but let's just do romance first because...
Romance.
His face always cries me.
The person you're destined to be with is... stoic and not very affectionate.
His expression always gets to me because he's just like...
Does it remind you of someone? It could be Hua or Bai.
He's so happy and sweet in this. It's actually... ugh. You're lying. Hua and Bai are very loving. Now it's my turn.
How can you read my palm when I'm wearing gloves?
I can also read expressions.
Don't bother.
This is very familiar.
You looked long enough. What did you see?
The boundary between the two of them, it's like clearly there is this growing emotional romantic intimacy, but they're just not. Because again, there's so much propriety, there's so much respect, and there's also this kind of distance between what they are as well as what he knows and what she doesn't. Why don't I share some of my good fortune with you, since you seem to be lacking it? But she is also bad fortune, so this is quite painful.
Your good fortune. You're too kind. This flower can't be found in the mountains. How do you know what it looks like?
I heard about it from a passerby. It supposedly has a nice fragrance.
A flower that's always in full bloom is a sign of good luck. It's fitting. However, judging from your resonance, your power stagnated for a bit. We need to improve your training when we get back.
That was such a Shifu thing to say. This time, let's do wealth.
Wealth, You possess the most precious treasure in the world. However, it cannot be exchanged for money. I'm uncertain if you're rich or poor.
Interesting. Is that like her power or his affection? And we're gonna do wisdom.
So you want to know about your wisdom? Well, you could surprise the world with a single brilliant feat, or there's an endless amount of books waiting to be copied by you.
He's so cheeky. I just love those interactions. They're all so cute. I love their dynamics so much in this. Earlier, did you make up everything?
Believe and it will come true.
I also think it's interesting to note. He said, the person you are destined to be with is stoic and not very affectionate. So they have the intertwined fates dynamic as established by Foreseer, but she's also fated to be with Zayne, which is interesting. In like, or maybe she's fated to be with him because he's meant to be her end, because she's meant to perpetually carry on dying, and he's meant to either witness it or coordinate it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting thing to bring into this, especially when they posit the fact that they lose their memory, so their paths aligning and then that affection that grows anyway is a choice. That's a lie. You're messing with me.
You were the one who said I should just pretend while you put in a few good words for me. Since that's the case, don't take my words too seriously.
You just said... He literally just described himself and was like, I can't with this man. Zayne quietly watches me, his expression gentle, but something hides in the depths of his eyes. Unconsciously, I lean forward. Seeing how there's no one around, I whisper to him. Now I'm genuinely curious. Why don't we do it seriously this time? Seeing Zayne lift his gaze, I know he agreed. I sit up straight, looking at him with anticipation. Before I realize it, a cold expression appears on Zayne's face. What's wrong? Is it bad?
It's not.
And what did you see?
There will be an unfortunate event in your life. After it occurs, you will wield a power that can shake heaven and earth.
Which is similar to what happened in Hiya, in the sense that she lost Zayne and then gained the power of the creator. Don't scare me. I don't care about having power like that. I like it as it is now. I silently add a with you. Anyway, it's perfect as it is. So what's this unfortunate event? Nervous, I expectedly look at Zayne. After a long period of silence, he finally meets my gaze.
Don't eat it.
Huh?
Don't eat sugar. You'll get a toothache.
He's so silly. He should tell that to himself. Sugar fiend. As she runs off to buy a bracelet, Zayne can still see her joyful face through the crowd. The corner of his mouth curls, but that hint of a smile quickly disappears. The swaying shadows of the trees, an old man sits down in front of him.
Your Grace, is there any reason to be here?
It's you.
Your Grace has a keen eye.
The old man glances at the girl who's not too far away.
Isn't she that variable? She finally appeared.
I've seen her fate. It's clear, untainted, and untouched. There are no signs of her becoming a variable.
The old man strokes his long beard.
What your Grace has seen is only her present. And even if she has no intention of harming others, it won't stop them from resenting her. I heard a small serpent went mad in the mountains. Your Grace must know the reason, yes? When a person has something unique and precious, they will no longer live in peace. Since your Grace has already accepted the role of Saming, the variable must be eliminated as soon as possible.
I wonder if he's also referring to her as something that's unique and precious, thus he can no longer live in peace. And again, it comes back to the whole balancing of yin and yang. And then again, potentially him using his ability to be able to utilize yin and yang to balance her energy if she maybe has very strong yin energy or something.
Any problems that could occur in the future will be avoidable then. If your Grace is unwilling, should I do it instead?
That won't be necessary.
The girl stands in front of a nearby store, waving a bracelet at him. Zayne, the merchant told me there's a sacrificial ceremony tonight. Can we go? The old man has already disappeared. Zayne subconsciously waves back at her, hearing himself say,
All right.
As night falls, banners flutter on the altar. A special incense has been placed in the brazier. It burns with a dazzling light as a rich scent permeates. People put on masks representing 12 mythological beasts and Feng Xiangxi, the exorcist, and dance majestically amidst flying sparks. The passionate singing seems to have the power to pierce the heavens. Together with the afterglow of the setting sun, it paints the people's faces red. It's so lively. Is this what a sacrificial dance looks like? It's interesting.
Its purpose is to entertain the gods. The dance must be unique so that they can convince the gods to grant their wishes.
I close my eyes, noticing a strange yet devout wave of thoughts. Also, this is just so interesting, especially knowing what their inspiration was about, like, the rituals between humans and gods. It's as if I can sense their wishes. Is this how people communicate with the gods?
Warding off misfortune, driving away plagues, praying for longevity. These are the simplest, yet hardest wishes to fulfill.
Why do so many people want to live forever?
It's because their lives are fleeting. Yet every life is predetermined. If you try to change it, you'll only be punished. Therefore, changing one's fate is easier said than done.
But he doesn't necessarily behold himself to fate. Even though he's in the crowd, Zayne always stands out as if he could disappear at any moment. I can't help but grab his sleeve. He turns, his gaze appearing deeper as his eyes reflect the fire.
Do you want to live forever?
I shake my head, but then I nod, unsure. I just want to live a little longer. I haven't finished learning from you yet. I haven't seen Vi grow up, and I still have to help you copy bamboo slips. There are a lot of things I need to do. And I heard that people enter the 9 hells after they die. It's a dark, cold place. It must be very boring. A dark, cold place? Interesting.
I see.
His gaze is like a frozen pool, yet there's a surging emotion underneath that I can't understand. I feel a bit awkward and look behind me. The dancers have been replaced by a beautifully dressed priestess. She's dancing gracefully, and her song feels alive. It's different from the passion I sensed earlier. What is she doing?
Courtship.
Oh? Huh?
Humans choose the most beautiful woman to be a priestess and dress her up like a goddess to invite a god to descend from the heavens. The priestess sings about her love for the god, then uses her dance to lure him out. She listens to his prophecy and then...
He looks at me and pauses.
They consummate their relationship.
So much respect and so much propriety, but I feel like, okay, I don't feel like I'm crazy in saying this. 2 for 2, they have had this hints towards intimacy. And they don't go further, but Fulcia, she obviously saw him post-bathe, mid-bathe. And then in this situation, there's obviously this courtship consummation dynamic overhanging the immortal and mortal romance, which is again something they kind of delved into further in the Myth Explainer. So it's like the aspects of intimacy in Zayne MC's relationship is something that's always ever present. And it does work again because bodies can speak where their emotional words cannot, even if there is a mental synergy. Okay, you don't need to explain it. Understanding why her dance exudes an unabashed allure, I decided not to look at her anymore. Without thinking, I immediately cover Zayne's eyes.
What are you doing?
Aren't you here for business? I don't think you should be slacking off right now.
You're the one who wanted to watch the ceremony.
Yes, I also make mistakes. That's why I'm reflecting and making amends. If you want to see a dance, I can do it whenever you'd like.
I'd like to see that.
I don't think she realizes what she just said. He does. She doesn't. I don't think it's clicked in her brain yet. But she's like, I just don't want him to look at that dance because what that dance means. But she's like, you can look at my dance. But it's like, you as a mortal doing that for the god immortal is doing the same thing. Like, Seeing my stunned expression, he makes matters worse. He says,
Right now.
Huh? A promise is a promise. If I said I'll dance, I will. Ceremony ends, Zayne and I are the only ones left. I cast an illusion and hesitantly walk to the center of the altar. This should have been a Kindle. This entire sequence should have been a Kindle, I'm telling you, because the visuals of this situation are one of the most pretty visuals in the game in my brain, and the fact that we didn't see it hurts me. It hurts me physically. Let me say this first. The dance is unique to the mountains. It's normal if you find it strange.
I see. I learned something new today in that case.
I'm telling the truth. When I danced, a lot of animals would watch me. Remembering the steps from the distant past, I make a flower-like gesture with my fingers near my forehead. At first, I move with ease, but it's not long before my steps become clumsy. This dance is difficult to perform. Don't distract me. I glare at Zayne and he clears his throat.
It's hard to dance without music.
As he speaks, he conjures a jade guqin in his right hand, its end producing a radiant snowy glow that scatters in the wind. You can play guqin? Why didn't you tell me before?
You didn't tell me you could dance. Now we're even.
He plays 2 notes, leading me to follow his rhythm with each step.
Continue.
The moon hangs high in the sky, bright moonlight pouring down and splashing its brilliance onto the girl's hair. As the notes from the guqin flow like a gentle river, her steps gradually become lighter, akin to a spirit gracefully emerging from the mountains. As she dances, dormant flowers bloom once again. Several birds fly above the altar, charmed by her dance. Their chirps interweave with the guqin's melody. As she dances with growing passion, she extends her finger for a beautiful bird to land on. She flashes a radiant smile at him. He never knew she'd be so breathtakingly vibrant when she's blooming. At the end of my performance, I stand in front of Zayne. Somewhat smug, I turn around. Well, do you believe me now? Was it good? The flower in my hair is about to fall. He steadies it, and his hand lingers near my cheek.
Beautiful.
I can't help but hold my breath. Looking into the depths of his gaze, he eventually puts the flower back in place.
Next year, I'll play guqin again when you want to dance.
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Oh, I loved that scene so bad. Because in a way they did just consummate. But it hurts. So the thing that makes Snow's Embrace a bit finicky is that the actual secret times, I can't easily place them in the myth. They're not as easy to place as it is for the base ones. But I will say, because obviously she's known him for quite a few years and they've been together for a few years, one could assume that these secret times kind of take place during that period of time. Forest Breeze, however, I would potentially sit... Like, clearly what we're witnessing during Snow's Embrace is their final... Like, the final few weeks or final few days of their time together after years. So Forest Breeze and Forest Slumber kind of establishes a bit more of what their relationship was like when they were together during that time. So let's just listen to Forest Breeze first. It's hard to figure out how to wear the clothes Zayne prepared for me. Okay.
Are you still tired? If you plan to make tea using dewdrops from the flowers, you must leave at dawn. Where are you? Why are you hiding behind curtains? Are you playing hide and seek? I found you. What are you wearing? I'm not saying you look bad. I don't mind. It's good you found them early. These clothes are yours in either case. When we were at the foot of the mountain, I could tell you liked them. That's why I bought them.
So it works after that sequence. As they were at the foot of the mountain.
Turn around. Lift your arm. I'll help you put your arm through the sleeve. Now the other one.
This is very intimate to be helping someone get dressed.
You know how to wear an underskirt. You can put it on yourself. How can you wear a jade pendant when you can't even tie the sash properly? I placed the shirt with the rest of your clothes. Where did it go? All right. I'll stop looking for it. What color do you like?
And he just summons a magical wardrobe. Like a bunch of clothes. I'm just imagining them magically sparkling and rotating.
Choose whichever one you want. A sash woven from the leaves of a weeping willow tree. Do you like it?
I don't meant to represent meeting with body.
Done. Go ahead. Look at yourself in the mirror.
Or yearning.
The emerald skirt matches the willow green sash. It's nice. It looks good on you. The patterns on the underskirt look wrong? It's because you're not wearing it right. Take it off first.
This is crazy. Like, in front of him.
The strings on your shirt and underskirt are in a dead knot. Of course they can't be untied. Don't use brute force. Think about it first. Do your fingers hurt? The more you pull, the tighter it gets. I'll help you untie it. Are you trying to help, or are you making things worse? If you keep pulling it like that, I'll have no choice but to cut it. It doesn't matter if it gets ruined. We can buy a new one. All right. You don't want a new one. You want this one.
I don't know, just everything of how he speaks to her. And how she is reacting that we can imply. Just speaks to that mature, childish dynamic.
Is using spiritual power cheating? This is sophistry. You should put on mortal clothing as if you were immortal. In that case, how do you want to wear it? Wait, That's not how you put on an outer garment. You are supposed to be wearing it, not wearing it with me. Are you trying to wrap me up in it as well?
Mm.
The clothes aren't big enough. Come here. You can move a bit more. Now, it's good enough. What you're touching are my eyebrows. If you go further down, you'll find my eyes, then my nose.
This is so Shifu.
Any more, and... Do you know where your hands are right now? You're being too bold. Who taught you this? You don't often read books, yet you've certainly read a lot of Hobbin.
She's crazy.
My hand is right here. It's not a handshake, but a pinky promise. You mean it symbolizes an oath in the mortal world? Our promise is that we'll always be together, starting today. And once I make a promise to you, I won't break it. The outer garment on your head is in the way.
It also kind of looks like a marriage.
I'll teach you how to properly dress yourself again later.
Garment over her head. But also, this line obviously seems very suggestive. I was also told by a friend that it can also be seen as to do with marriage, in the sense that, like, a husband is the one who tells his wife, get ready. And so him saying that is kind of alluding to the idea, especially with cloth over their heads, the idea of them eventually getting married, which I thought was a very interesting interpretation as well. But also him saying that, you know, if he makes a promise, he will keep it and he won't break it. Linking back to that Forcia ending. True ending, a long night. And now we're going to go into forest slumber. Zayne carried me to a cave to keep warm and shelter us from the blizzard. I think the art for this one is meant to be like her arrow that she was holding that he then freezes the tip of when they first met. So it's not like a one-to-one scene kind of recreation like it was for the base. And I would put this maybe in those missing years that we missed, as opposed to the last one, which was comfortably after the ritual where they'd gone down the mountain together.
We're almost there. You'll feel warmer soon. I thought you didn't have any stamina left. I can't even move my arm with how you're clinging to it. We need to take off your cloak first. It's soaked from the melting snow. You'll get sick otherwise. Wear mine. It's not wet. Lift your arm. No, the sleeve is on the other side.
Once again, another situation where he's helping her dress.
Is the wind giving you a headache? I set up a barrier. The blizzard from the mountains won't be able to get into the cave. Wait a bit longer. The snow will eventually stop. Are you still shivering? Your back is cold. I transferred some of my spiritual power to you. How are you feeling? I know you're freezing. It will be a while before it takes effect. This part of your body is cold and purple. There's an acupuncture point here. I'll massage it. It will help you stay warm.
It's a very intimate situation, lost in a snowstorm.
Your heart is beating quickly. Your blood flow is improving.
I think there's more than one reason for that, my guy.
Wintry nights in the mountains are normally difficult. There are various ways to keep warm. Is the pressure all right with you? Why are you squirming? You might as well save your strength. I'm already being gentle. If I use less force, it'd be as if I were tickling you. A small amount of pain is good. It's teaching you a lesson. We agreed to wait for the weather to clear before gathering herbs in the mountains, yet you insisted on going by yourself. I won't try and look for you if this happens again.
He says that.
Why are you hugging me? I'm not upset. Your hands are warm now. That's good. I'll just massage a few more places then. How are they ticklish? I haven't even touched you yet. Is this a joke? Don't try it with me. I'm not like you.
It's like she tried to tickle him back.
You're playing around now. Does this mean you're not cold anymore? Do you want me to let go? Will you behave then? Are you thinking about running away now that you're warm? I'm afraid that small amount of heat won't last the night. Stop it. Since you're ticklish, you should massage them yourself.
Clearly, she then was like, it's so ticklish, so he gave up, and now she needs help.
Are you actually unable to find them, or are you pretending? You need to straighten your fingers, flatten your palm, and then slowly apply pressure. That's not the correct spot.
Such a gentle teacher.
That's not it either. It's here. I suppose I won't be able to teach you like this. Add a few medical texts to your studies after we return.
I love again looping back to that whole teacher-student dynamic.
Yes. If there is a day when I'm not by your side, you'll have to learn it by your... It's just a simple remark.
She doesn't even want to entertain it.
Don't worry. I won't leave you. We'll go home once the snow stops.
The snow stops. Also recall what happened in the trailer. So it's interesting because in this situation, he's like, oh, I won't leave you. And in the previous one, he's like, you know, when I make a promise to you, I won't break it. You know, he just spoke about he'll play Gucci next year. But we know there is this overbearing concern and sadness that looms over this entire narrative. We're going into the final two parts now. I don't know if Zayne will play Gucci for me next year. Ever since we returned to the mountains, he's been acting strange. He still reads the bamboo slips and tends to the sacred tree as he always does, but we don't talk much. Of course, he's always been a man of few words, yet as of late, when I'm with him, he often seems lost in thought. He silently stares at me as if he doesn't even hear what I'm saying. Just this looming tragedy is really painful to go through. It's snowing again in the mountains. Zayne reads bamboo slips behind his long table. I rush over to him, pointing at the two snowmen in the middle of the... pointing at the two snowmen in the middle of the courtyard.
Good work. Is Hua the one on the left and Bai the one on the right?
They're supposed to be you and me. Do they look that bad?
It was a joke. I could tell they were us, especially since you draped my robe over one of them.
Oh, I was worried it'd get cold, so I borrowed your clothes. You don't mind, do you?
I can't say anything since you already took them.
He puts the bamboo slip back on the table, his hand pausing for a moment.
Have you tamed any new companions recently?
No. I didn't want to after the Viper went mad. I feel like I can better control my power lately. It's as if I've grown a lot.
Excellent. If I asked you to leave, would you do it?
After everything we just listened to as well. I'm taken aback. Where would I go?
Only you can answer that question. The world is big, and there are many people below the mountain. As long as you keep your power hidden, you can go anywhere.
Why are you saying all of this? It sounds like you're kicking me out. Zayne sighs, his expression softening a bit.
In the past, you said you didn't want to be alone in the mountains.
That was before I met you, Hua, and Bai. I don't dislike the mountain. I just don't like being alone. I used to fantasize about how nice it'd be if someone would eat with me, hunt with me, or play in the rain with me without caring about getting wet. Now, I'm happy with just being able to nap by the tree, wake up and look at the flowers, and occasionally copy books. As long as there's the mountain and Zayne. Living alone on a mountain isn't a problem, since there are very few people here. But if I'm alone even when there are people, I'll be like a snowflake in the sun. I'll melt.
That won't happen.
Zayne puts away the bamboo slips and clasps his hands. Light flickers between his fingers. And then there are two small snowmen on the table. They're identical to the big snowman I built, just tinier and lacking clothes.
Not every snowflake will melt.
But I'm not one that you made. Your power can't protect me. Something lands on my lowered head, and a familiar scent falls on my hair. I can't help but smile as Zayne pats my head.
I'll give you more difficult tasks from now on.
More difficult tasks?
Once you complete all of them, you'll be able to defend yourself no matter what happens.
Will I become as strong as you? That sounds like a lot of training. Zayne looks at the table in silence. The snowmen in my shadow watch him, while I stare at his unmoving eyelashes. It's as if eons pass before I hear him speak in a low voice.
It will snow for a long time. There's no need to rush.
The table and the bamboo slips in front of the tree are gone. Standing in their places... Is this one of the more difficult tasks you mentioned? Looking at the stacks of bamboo strips in front of me, my jaw drops. I start counting in a daze. There are hundreds of them. As soon as I finish counting, Zayne raises his hand and points.
There are more behind the tree.
I quickly walk around to the back. It's part of the same stack.
Don't you want to count those?
I can't anymore. My head is spinning. These are going to be made into umbrellas? All of them?
Correct.
Do I have to make dozens of umbrellas?
Over 100.
I close my eyes and lie down. I refuse to look at him. Slowly footsteps approach, stopping beside me. I don't want to hear what he's about to say. I cover my ears.
If closing your eyes and covering your ears could solve any problem, I wouldn't mind you mastering this technique.
I shouldn't be able to hear him well, but Zayne's voice is somehow clearer than before. It resounds in my mind. Incredible. Oh, I know. If I finish making 100 umbrellas, you teach me the skill. Deal?
Why do you want to learn it?
So I can repeat the truth like a mantra to people in denial. That way they'll know I'm right. She's so real for that. His laugh also echoes in my mind, making my ears slightly tingle. I rub my ears.
What's wrong?
His cool fingertips gently land behind my ear. He skillfully uses his spiritual power to massage my acupuncture points. His power is just like him, cold and honest, and can quickly make someone sober. But its strength has the opposite effect on me. I feel drowsy. I narrow my eyes and catch a glimpse of Zayne's smiling face. Even though his eyes carry a heaviness, he appears content. I relax.
Are you pretending to sleep? Or are you trying to fall asleep?
You caught me. I can't sleep now. Zayne is unusually amiable today. He didn't rush me to get up and start training immediately. I roll my eyes and prepare to push my luck. You never tell me what the training is for whenever I get a new task. You want me to figure it out for myself. Is this one going to be like the others?
Do you want me to tell you?
Of course. I can only guess based on some of the previous lessons when they end. But I'm too embarrassed to ask you about the rest. It's better to understand something fully than to have regrets. Zayne's gaze slowly sweeps over the bamboo strips before falling on the sacred tree behind me.
All right. Let's start with what you couldn't understand. The umbrellas shall act as a seal. They will also be a form of protection. The sacred tree will be a source of spiritual power for the umbrellas to work for years. Once the power fades, the seal will weaken.
Why do you need so many umbrellas? You're not sealing away a rain monster or snow fiend, are you? Zayne softly chuckles, marking the end of our discussion on this topic.
After this is over, how does resting for a long time sound?
Rest? I sit up abruptly, only for Zayne to steady me. You can show me the sights and sounds of the world then. I heard the neighboring town is filled with fragrant flowers. Over the mountain and past 2 rivers, there's a village famous for making baitangao. When we were in town, I learned quite a bit and remembered the townsfolk's gossip. I was waiting for the day I could tell Zayne about it. As I ramble on about various interesting stories, I'm filled with anticipation. Oh, the looming tragedy, the looming tragedy. Into the final part we go. Thousands of bamboo strips and tens of thousands of coloured ribbons surround me. Learning to make an umbrella is much faster than intercepting a trap. Zayne and I should wait for snowfall after the umbrella frames are ready. At that time, my umbrellas will be done. After I finished hundreds of umbrella frames, I still don't know what I'm training for. Zayne might be able to tell me, but I haven't seen him around lately. Even Bai is nowhere to be seen. I want to know what he's busy with, and if I could help in any way. Or maybe he didn't say anything because he knows I can't help. Once I finish the last step, my umbrellas will be complete. The finished umbrella frames are grouped into a small pile not far from the sacred tree. The wind passes through the empty frames, making all sorts of strange sounds. I hide within the mound of umbrellas, waiting for the arrival of the white paper. Making umbrellas is a sleep-inducing task. I've been feeling very drowsy recently. No one's around. It's so boring.
No one's here?
It's as if he doesn't know I'm hiding in this spot.
Then, in winter, on the 12th day of the 12th lunar month, someone skipped her training. Noted, in case someone disputes it.
He actually has a record? Impossible. I have to steal and burn it when I get the chance. I love just their dynamic. It's just so funny. Like, even to now, he's just still like this, like, he's like little whippy, wisecracking moments. As I come up with a plan, I can't help but also revel in this unexpected discovery. I continue to wait, in hopes of discovering more secrets. Yet the sound around me cease. Sensing something, I look up. Through the layers and layers of umbrella frames, eyes as soft as melting snow calmly stare back at me, greeting me with a barely discernible smile.
Why did you decide to sleep under a pile of umbrellas?
I just wanted to try.
How long do you plan to stay there?
I'm coming out, but you need to look away first.
Why?
Because I need to crawl out. I won't look pretty. Zayne's short fit of laughter pierces through the umbrella frames, making me feel embarrassed. I want to crawl out and scare him now.
I agree. It's an embarrassing matter.
She's so concerned about looking pretty in front of him. A chilly wind blows. Spiritual power gathers like waves, and in the blink of an eye, hundreds of umbrella frames are lifted into the air. Again, this sequence, as a kindled, would have been stunning. I look up at the floating umbrella frames. I quickly notice shadows falling from the sky. It's snowing. Will I be done with my umbrellas today? It's finally over. These umbrellas are made from the sacred mountain's bamboo and covered in the mountain's snow. Can they be considered divine artifacts? I don't know what you're sealing, but we should keep 2 or 3 umbrellas. We have a lot, right? There'll be one for me, one for you, and one for Bai.
If you have an umbrella, keep it. Don't give it to other people. As long as the snow on the umbrella doesn't melt, you don't need to be afraid of anything. However...
Shaking his head, Zayne remembers something and smiles.
Trouble seems to find you a lot. The umbrella may be consumed quickly.
Even at this point, he can't help himself from cracking such a joke. Snowflakes fall onto the umbrella frames and cover the smooth bamboo. The umbrella's surface turns into a pure, flawless white. This snow is silent, but fast, as if it wants to cover all the umbrellas in the blink of an eye. I suddenly feel my heart pounding. I quickly grab Zayne's sleeve. Zayne, once these umbrellas are done, my training will be over. What will I become then?
What do you want to become?
I think I don't want to change. I want to be how I've always been.
At least one of your wishes will come true. I'm certain of it.
I purse my lips, but an untimely yawn still comes out.
Are you tired?
It's just like earlier she was feeling tired when his energy touched her. Making umbrellas is boring. You and Bai haven't been visiting me, which made it worse. But I won't sleep. I want to be here when all the umbrellas are done. I rub my eyes in an attempt to get rid of the sleepiness. Through my blurry vision, I see spiritual power of an icy blue covers the sky, pulling every snowflake and wind to it. It extends into the sacred tree. The tree is so powerful now.
You see it?
Yes, but is this power flowing from the tree? Or is the tree absorbing it? Zayne reaches out and covers my eyes.
Would you like to rest?
But
Don't be scared.
I don't say no to Zayne. Oof. I don't often say no to Zayne, especially when he speaks so slowly, with this somewhat gentle tone. I can miss the umbrellas, but Zayne's attempt to lull me to sleep is too precious to disregard. I quickly ignore the odd feeling in my heart and close my eyes.
You can sleep for a bit longer. You don't need to wake up early.
Her instincts know something's awry.
After this, you can go see those flowers and try the village's Baitangao. Take an umbrella. My snow won't melt.
But how long is a bit longer? I don't remember when Zayne's voice disappeared. I don't remember how I fell into a deep slumber either. All I remember is that sleeping in the snow was nice. It was soft and not cold at all. After a while, my aching heart quietened down. How long is a bit longer? Zayne? It was either the ice thawing in a frozen pond or sprouts creating a fissure as they broke through the frozen earth. The crisp crackling is clear in my mind, startling me awake from my abyss of dreams. My long-lost senses suddenly return. My sense of smell is the first to come back. A very faint fragrance envelops me. I open my eyes, and a dappled white light blinds me. The light dances, shining past my eyelids and casting various dark shades of red in my vision. Once my eyes adjust, I finally discover the source of the scent. The tree is covered in blossoming snow-like flowers. The lush, towering, sacred tree seems to be holding up the sky. The flowers are blooming. Zayne? Just like Hiya, the flowers bloom. There's no more snow under the tree. It's so quiet. Not even a single bird chirps. It's as if I'm the only one left in the world. Using the tree trunk as support, I stand up. I circle around the tree, but there's no trace of him. Bai? There's a small greyish-white ball nearby. When I approach it, I see it's just a rock. Next to the rock is a folded umbrella. I thought Bai was guarding it for me. It's the only thing here. Did he leave it for me because he knew I wanted one? I'm satisfied and happy with my logical reasoning, yet no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to find humor in it. Zayne, Bai, where are you? Zayne, are you here? A silent breath comes from the sacred tree. I quickly quiet myself and return to my hut with the umbrella. Since then, I would wake up and stare at the sacred tree every day. Then I'd go home and sleep the night away. The weather continues to get warmer, but it's still cold near the tree. I fall asleep under the tree. And then wake up from the cold in the middle of the night. It's at that moment I realize I can't sense the sacred tree anymore. My power is being suppressed. The sun is getting brighter each day. I carefully put away the umbrella, realizing the snow on it doesn't melt. Will he not appear until the umbrella breaks? When I open the umbrella, a familiar, refreshing scent touches my face. I bite my lip, and the calm facade I've been holding collapses. Under the umbrella, I bury my head in my hands, not looking up, until quiet footsteps approach. Something warm and furry touches my hand. And this scent, the thing that's been familiar to her, has been his cheese. Because I think it's suggesting that he used his life force to suppress her magic. What? Pa is a lot calmer now. She doesn't squirm when I tightly hug her, and she doesn't grumble when my tears wet her fur. She gently swishes her tail, brushing it against my shoulder. I don't like this. They're not here. Do you know where they went? Pa looks up at the sacred tree. Does the tree know where they are? I look up, staring blankly at the cloud-like crown of the sacred tree. A bit of snow appears and falls toward me. Zayne? I hurriedly catch it and take a closer look. It's a white flower, but I'm not sure what species it is. It's as white as snow. It is not made of ice. I think it's meant to be jasmines. I can't sense everything anymore, so I guess it's just my imagination. But if it's not, then this is the tree's answer for me. Falling flowers represent goodbyes. The person I'm looking for might no longer be here. Cradling the flower, I think for a long, long time. Pa comes and goes, giving me bright red fruits. Thank you, Hua. I gently place the white flower on the ground next to the tree. I stand up, put the fruits in my pocket, and pat Hua's head. You're strong. You should be able to guard this place. I'm trusting you to protect this tree until we return. Is that okay with you? When Hua grumbles, I nod and begin my trek down the mountain with my umbrella. Since they're not here, I'll look elsewhere. The world is big, and there are a lot of people. However, as long as I have my umbrella, I can go anywhere. I've rested enough. I can't afford to waste a single moment. Before I leave the tree's domain, I turn around to take one last look at it. Under the tree, Hua's figure is blurry, but the sacred tree stands tall and beautiful like always. It has such a nice scent. What kind of flower could? When I find Zayne, I need to ask him. Under the sacred tree, the white flower takes root. It stands tall and emits a faint fragrance. Oh, it took so much out of me to not let the tears fall. I really love this myth. I really love this myth. I think there's a lot about it that makes it just very distinct and beautiful. It's like this special kind of peace, but this overwhelming tragic ache. And the idea of it being called Snow's embrace, it's his embrace after he's left her, but he's still with her. He didn't break his promise when he said that, when he said that when I make a promise to you, I won't break it. He did keep it by staying with her in this new form, yet they did part, and he's a liar. And I strongly feel there will be a sequel to this. Again, similarly to Forcia, they've left something glaring and open-ended. But I feel like the flower sprouting, either it could be the beginning of a new life, or potentially maybe like in a lot of Shinsha, it's going to take some time, but his energy will come back together, and that's where they'll meet again. Because again, the condition of Forcia that he meets her, witnesses her changing fate, and then her eventual death, he changed her fate here, but he hasn't seen her death. And that's where it feels inconclusive. But God, this myth is so beautiful, and I really want them to do more Shinshao myths. I think they're so stunning. And just everything in this really speaks to Zayne's character and his level of sacrifice. He consistently carries on putting himself to the side for her. And I think that's where God of Annihilation really comes in, because we witness, at least according to the trailer, her demise. And I really hope that we see a bit more of an ancient Zayne, maybe before all of this. Maybe it's after this specifically. I mentioned that before in my speculation video. But God, what a beautiful, beautiful story. I really hope we learn more about what happens after this. As it's so tragic, but they leave it so open. And it's always this yearning. It's this big yearning. And there was this thing I said previously. It's crazy how Monster of Fate is so shy and polite, but other times so brazen and teasing. Monster of Fate is such a poetic myth. It gives you a sense of wistfulness, whimsy, and the ache of a love so profound that the loss leaves the heavy weight of deep yearning emblazoned on your heart. And that's exactly how it feels. It's like the concept of yearning is a very big thing, and I've noticed in a lot of these kind of fantastical Chinese stories, and the yearning is what makes the love hit harder, and it's such a core aspect of how they navigate these dynamics between Zayne and MC. So I'm very curious as to how that's going to work in God of Annihilation. Thank you so much for going through this with me, and I'm so excited to be going into God of Annihilation shortly, especially just running all of these back to back. It really hurts, and I've cried many tears in the past, so trust me, I am a crybaby. You're just not seeing it right now, because I've cried over these myths and also just experienced them a lot. So I'm not numb to them, but I am more used to the tragedy and how it makes me feel. But yeah, I hope to see you when we go through God of Annihilation, because it's going to be a time. And Zayne MC's story always has such beautiful and well-written progression. I'm really curious as to what this major incarnation brings about for them. So, thank you once again, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!